a battle to seal the deal with voters in battleground states.
We have just 6 days left.
Thank you very much, North Carolina. You are a special group of people.
She gets in, our country is going to hell.
I'm not going to tell you who I voted for.
Why would you think you would need them?
Porn stars get raped. Kamala Harris is currently in power. Why doesn't she fix anything now? That's interesting. Oh, today, first I want to start off saying thanks for everybody supporting the channel and commenting on the channel. It's really important. And we're doing things different today. We're in Lehigh Township, Pennsylvania, Northampton County. And we are going around door knocking and asking people how they feel about the upcoming election with 9 days left. Very polarizing. And yeah, like, subscribe, take it from there. How you doing? What's your name, sir?
My name is Mark Toth.
All right, Mark, we're around here. We're in town today and we're asking people about the upcoming election. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's the most important election ever. When I see what's happening to the nation, it's pretty scary what's going on. And I really think Donald Trump is the guy we need to be voting for. I think he has great plans for the nation. I think he really cares about things. And when I see the other side, some of the issues that are promoted, the abortion issue makes me crazy when I see that stuff. And the ideas they have about same-sex marriage and transgenderism. I mean, that's stuff that we never dealt with that stuff before, but it's here. And I think Donald Trump is a guy that will make a difference. And between the people he has on the Supreme Court, I think that's going to make a difference. And hopefully it'll keep these people in check. All of a sudden, there's so many people anymore that anything goes. And I think the nation is actually we're heading in a direction of a downfall, even if we don't stop this. And hopefully there's enough people in this country that care about the nation and want to make change in their personal lives and in the school boards and everything. We have to make change.
Trump must get back in. I am not a Democrat, never was a Democrat, and I never will be a Democrat. If she gets in, our country is going to hell. Oh, okay, I shouldn't be saying that.
You can say whatever you want, just be honest.
I can say whatever I want, so yes. Yeah, so I am not a Democrat. So that's it, and Biden did a terrible job with our country, and I never ever thought I would see our country to be like this since he's been in. Then when we get her in, it's going to be worse. We're going to be a communist country. We're going to be a socialist country. Okay.
No, wait up. I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not.
So is it anything Kamala can do to change your mind, Grandma?
Not a thing. Never, ever will she change my mind. I mean, never. Okay.
All right, so now what's the difference you see from 2018 to 2024?
Big difference. Our country went really downhill since Biden came in. Yes, it was a big difference. Yes, okay.
And how about the border? How do you feel about the border?
Terrible. The border is disgusting, hateful. It is. I cannot believe we are supporting all these immigrants. And Trump gets in. I hope he deports them all back to their own country.
And how about the wars that we're in right now?
The war is terrible. If Trump was in, there would never be a war. If Trump was in, never.
You don't think we would be in Ukraine right now?
No. If Trump was in, no, I do not. No.
And then how about all like the LGBTQ and all that stuff?
All that stuff. No. Okay, that's it.
Yep. And how do you feel about this upcoming election?
Well, I think it's an election that is going to determine the future of the United States. I think it's very clear that there are two distinct paths that the candidates are going on, and I see one that could lead to the downfall of the United States and one that could bring us back.
And how about the people out there that say he's a threat to democracy? What do you have to say to those people?
Well, it's funny that comes from a party that does not have a candidate who was selected by the people. It was selected by the elites in their party, decided that they wanted Kamala Harris, and that's who it was. They pushed aside the person that did get the people votes during the primaries. That's Joe Biden, and not that I feel that he was capable of doing another term, but they kind of pushed him out of the way, and then undemocratically selected Kamala Harris as their candidate.
Now, how do you feel the job she did when she was VP?
Well, obviously not well. She was put in charge of the border, and it's a mess. And that's my biggest concern, is the border. I just feel, how can you let millions of people come in unvetted and just let them overtake the country? And the fact that they're coming here illegally. I'm not against immigration. My ancestors were all immigrants, so I'm not against immigration, but you got to come here legally, and you got to do it through the proper channels, and we have to be able to determine whether you're a person that likes the United States and is willing to assimilate to American culture and all of that, and that's not happening. And I think that's the biggest weakness that she had as vice president.
Yeah. Now, how about someone down the road said, I said, well, we didn't have any wars in 2017. She's like, we're always in war, but all the wars we're in now. And now, is the new Democratic Party, is that like the party of war?
It appears to be, because I don't see them pushing for an end to the fight in Ukraine. And I certainly support Ukraine, but we have to have an end game. We don't want this to become another war where we're there for years and years and years with no end. You don't want to be another Vietnam, and we leave unceremoniously. But I feel like they are not coming up with a plan to end it. It just seems like they're content for us to keep throwing billions of dollars their way. And the other problem with all the money that we're sending is, where's the accounting for that money? Where is it going? We have no idea.
People are feeding their pockets.
Absolutely. And because Ukraine was a corrupt country, a lot of people forget that. Ukraine was one of the most corrupt countries prior to all of this happening with Russia. It was very corrupt. So what makes you think that anything would be any different and we're sending billions of dollars and no
accountability.
No accountability whatsoever.
Yeah. Now, how about the pull out of Afghanistan?
Again, that spoke for itself.
Yeah.
Trump had set it up that he wanted to leave Afghanistan, but he had a plan that he was not going to leave anybody behind, and that we would keep in control of the major airport there, so we still had kind of a foothold there, and so that we had a safe place for our soldiers and anybody that was supportive of the United States, that they could get out of there. But we saw what happened, and unfortunately it led to the death of some of our finest.
Yeah, it's sad. So, all right, well, thank you. I appreciate the interview, and I know you have a place to go.
All right.
And I appreciate it.
Thank
you can fish anytime you like.
Good to see you.
Oh, likewise.
I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for.
Okay.
What questions do you have for me now?
Okay, so how's the state of the economy for you?
It's a lot worse than it was a while ago. It's costing everybody more money. You know that.
Yep. And how about the wars that we're in now? The Ukraine war,
Yeah.
Palestine war. How do you feel about that?
We're funding them. We're funding them. We're not funding the people back home here, though.
Yeah. And did you serve yourself?
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah. How many years did you serve for?
I did 13 years total. I did 5 tours between Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Well,
So that great American Afghanistan pullout, what were your emotions on that?
it was terrible.
Terrible.
Terribly done. Nope.
Yeah.
It needed to be done, not in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long time coming, but it was a terrible way to do it.
Yeah. We talked to some other, suicide rate went up for a couple weeks after they did that, because of a lot of guys and women were saying,
Yep.
what the fuck why were we there?
Yeah. Suicide rate with vets was through the roof to begin with. And like you said, it went up, and we're not doing anything to help those guys.
Yeah.
Instead, we're helping people overseas, sending money over there.
And what do you do for a living now?
I'm a cop.
Oh, very good. So you've been serving the community for how many years now?
13 years.
13 years.
I've been on the street for 13 years. Looking to retire soon.
Looking to retire.
Yeah.
It's a young man to be retiring. You know, so, all right, well, I'm not going to press you too much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your insight.
Sure thing.
And thanks for being a great American, man.
What I'm hoping is we have a repeat of 2016, obviously, but it seems like there's more of the silent majority than ever before. Like right now, I'm listening to the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden. That thing is packed to the brim. Top to bottom, 20,000 plus people. There were people lined up at 2:30 in the morning.
2:30 in the morning.
They were lined up in the streets of New York City to get into Madison Square Garden. Blocks long. If you can get that in New York, there's a movement happening. Bigger than before. I've been to Trump rallies before.
So you're a Trump guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like 10 Trump rallies throughout the years. I've never seen anything like Madison Square Garden is right now. It's off the chain. It's crazy. So I'm hoping that that's how the rest of the country feels. I know I have friends in California, and they said it's a pretty big movement there. You see people wearing Trump stuff, which you wouldn't see in California. A girl at the Dodgers game last night behind home plate, MAGA hat. You wouldn't see that in California. I've been to Dodgers games. They don't wear that stuff out there. They're not political out there. It's a blue state. Same thing with New York, New Jersey. I don't know. We need something.
So you're feeling confident?
I'm confident.
You're confident.
If the people go to the polls. That's the thing. If these people say they go to the polls, it'll happen. And I think the polls are skewed. If they're saying it's tied or she's that close, he always underperforms, right? So I think it's actually, the margin's a lot wider.
So you think some fraud is going to take place?
100%.
100%.
I mean, you Google it right now, you see it happening. It were just happening in Virginia. They just reversed a bill that a Democrat senator passed, I believe in 2006 or 2010, that you couldn't have illegal citizens on voter logs. Well, a Biden-Harris judge just overturned that, and now they're letting, 4,000, 5,000 illegals back on voter logs in Virginia.
So illegals that came here illegally can actually vote in Virginia?
As of now, yeah. The Republicans are trying to block it, but that just happened. That's what, I just got an email, actually, that Trump was calling the October surprise now, that in Virginia, they're going to let illegals on the voter logs. I think it's going to happen. It's just, like I said, it's got to be too big to rig, right? You got too many people where there's no way you could say she's going to get 85 million votes. She can't even put a sentence together. She couldn't even do this interview right now. If you and I were talking, it'd be a word salad, and you'd have to edit that thing, and you still couldn't edit it, right? It's amazing. You see people, you drive around and you see these people with these signs in their yard.
Can you explain that sign for us on Burden for...
I don't know what the hell that means.
So,
it sounds like something Yogi Berra would say. Well, at least he made sense when he said it, right?
So is there anything she could do right now to get your vote, Tom?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing.
No, but the problem is there's the people out there who are the never Trumpers, and they don't look at policy, and they look at, this, orange man bad, Trump bad, right? So they will vote for this business card over a person. They'll vote for an inanimate object instead of looking at what is actually happening. And they'll lie to you and say that they're not, everything's fine. It's not. You got to be an idiot to think that 4 years ago it wasn't better when he was in office. Just look at your grocery bill.
Yeah, the groceries are up anywhere from 20 to 120%.
Right, it's not even gas, really. I mean, gas is up, but it's really the groceries, everything. I mean, there's a surcharge on everything. Your auto insurance, your home insurance. Yeah.
Our experience, since we've been doing this and interviewing people,
right?
The people on the right are happy, go lucky, they're smiling, they're loving you. The people on the left, they're angry, they're hateful, they're aggressive.
Oh, I'm sure they got aggressive.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's our experience that we've been experiencing, And I just hope whoever gets in, best for the country. That's all I hope.
That's right. Yeah. Are they the party of joy? Then they say there's joy and hope.
What do you think?
They're aggressive. I mean, look at them.
Yeah. What do you think about her running mate?
Tampon Tim? Come on. I mean,
hey, where did he get that name from?
He put tampons in the boys' bathroom. What is happening here? But yet you ask them if they have a pet, is their pet a boy or a girl? And they'll tell you boy or girl. And they'll say, well, why? Because, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing how far it's shifted. But then I wonder, are they showing the minority? That's the minority, not really the majority. Because you say some people don't have common sense, but I mean,
what do you think about the borders? Does that scare you? Like, what's the main reason of why you're voting this year? I guess it's economy, it's fiscal, it's safety, but how about the borders being open?
I mean, that's another disaster, right? That people aren't talking about, or they're just saying, oh, I mean, you might not see it in certain areas, but it's happening, right? I mean, you see it everywhere, that there's an influx of people. Now you have illegals on voter logs, or illegals going to be taking jobs from people, and it's not people of any race, color, creed. They're going to take jobs from anywhere. If a company can get cheap labor, doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get the cheap labor, right? They're going to hire the cheap labor, and then people like you and me are going to be pushed out of jobs.
Yeah.
Or our family, friends, whoever, right? I mean, if you look at the policy and the proven track record, I mean, I followed Trump since I was a kid, reading his books, looking at his businesses, looking how he does things. I mean, everybody wanted his advice. Everybody wanted him to run years ago, right? He was on every talk show, Oprah, Donahue, all the way up her, although they all wanted him to run. Then the guy runs, and now he's Hitler, he's racist, right? They're throwing these terms out there just going to get the guy killed, right? Which, surprisingly, he didn't.
We talked about that today.
You know, and you look at a proven track record of what he did, and the numbers don't lie, right? No matter how they want to skew it, just pull up the numbers. They don't lie. Yeah. So, you know, do I agree with everything? No. But I said before, the country is just like a corporation. No matter who, Democrat, Republican, president's the CEO, Congress is the board, and the president's always going to take the fall. If you have a bad stock price, underperform, CEO is out. Same thing, the president will get voted out or get impeached or whatever. This is how it works. So he has to work together with people. He's done that. He's kept peace, right? It's a proven track record. Has it changed in 4 years? Yeah, but could he do anything? Absolutely. And I think he can learn from before what he did wrong. You can see it how he's campaigning. Yeah. If you look at how he campaigned in 2016, how he campaigned in 2020, how he's campaigning now, whole different ball game, right? He gets it, and that's who he surrounded himself with.
Now, if she gets in, where do you think we're going to be as U.S. of A?
I think you're going to see unemployment go up. You're going to see something, unfortunately, I hope not, but you'll see something to the likes of 9/11. These world leaders are salivating to get in because the money train is going to continue to Ukraine. They're going to give more money to China, all these other foreign countries, and then we're going to be weak. I mean, military funding will go down. She doesn't know what her policy is. You ask her, she says she wants this, she's all over the place. She can't give you a definitive answer because she doesn't know because she's not pulling the strings. So whoever's pulling the strings will then unleash what they're going to do. Yeah. And we all know it's not
So
good.
You think she's like a DI hired puppet?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I mean, they got Obama on a hot mic saying he didn't even want her. They didn't want her. Pelosi didn't want her. Yeah. They had to because Biden was quick to endorse her. And if they wouldn't have taken her, they would have lost all that money.
Now, what do you say about the people that are voting for her that say she's going to do a great job? We'll end it on that note when you're done talking about that.
I think the problem with those people is they're just got their blinders on. They're not really looking openly. They're listening to these people that are saying that Trump is evil, he's Hitler. I mean, the guy got shot. I mean, almost got shot twice, but yet he doesn't want to do this, and he's not for the people. Oh. You ask anybody who's met him, and they say he's the nicest guy. You see these behind-the-scenes story of him with his grandkids and other people. Yeah. The guy's he loves the country. But I don't think you're going to see anything. The movement he created, since he started running, you won't see anything. Once he's out, you won't see anything like that. There's a lot of younger Republicans coming up, but hopefully that'll change. But it's a different type of movement. I mean, again, New York City, you got people lined up at 2:30 to get in Madison Square Garden.
Something. I mean,
they don't even line up for Knicks games.
I don't line up for anything for a 20. I would be about 30 pounds lighter if I had to line up for food. So I don't line up for. I don't like waiting in lines. You have any insight?
I have a lot of insight.
Oh.
Harris is my insight.
Harris is your insight?
Absolutely.
You like her?
Absolutely. I think she has our country going further into a better place. Trump, forget it. He lies. He's evil. I never liked Trump. Ever, ever, ever. We're going way back.
Never liked him?
Nope.
Wow.
I thought he was actually a pig.
Okay.
You know, with women.
Most guys are. I'm sorry, though.
Well, you know what? And that has to change too.
That's never going to change
Well-
because men have been pigs for as long as they've
Yeah,
been
but
men.
that's not no excuse for a person who is supposed to represent everybody in our country. You know, and a bully mocking people and talking about dementia.
Yeah.
You know, I just have no use for him. Never did.
Now, how about the borders? How do you feel about the borders with all the illegals coming in?
The borders, I think they're making a mountain over a molehill. I mean, it needs to be stopped, at least slowed down and come in. They have to come in the right way. But I don't think it's as bad as they make it out to be.
You don't think it's bad?
No, I don't think it's as bad
Yeah.
as they claim it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to make something for Trump to go on.
So how about the heavy inflation that we have now with food prices, insurance prices, rent prices? Everything's up anywhere from 20. You know, food's up anywhere from 30 to 100.
Why did Trump give the rich such big, huge tax breaks so they could just turn around and raise prices on us?
You think that's what happened?
I think that's absolutely what happened.
Yeah.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
And people don't see it. They made our the packaging smaller. You know, and that not some of the laws have to change as far as insurance. Like he got screwed out of somebody not having insurance. Everybody should carry insurance, but insurance has to come down too.
Yeah. Now, how about what did Harris do for the people that really don't know her well? What did she do in the last 4 years?
Okay, what did any vice president do?
I don't know.
What are they there for?
Well, she was in charge of the border, I think. But I don't think she ever visited
I don't
the
think
border.
she was completely in charge.
Yeah.
She was told what to do, but that was left at when they did try to do something about it. Who stopped it?
Yeah. How about someone up the road mentioned that they didn't even have a fair election with her. They just slapped her in and that was it. Because 7 or 8 years ago, she got voted off and she didn't make it through the primaries.
Well, what do you mean? That she just got slapped in to be
The president, yeah.
Well, if Republicans wouldn't have downgraded Biden so much, I mean, they caused that themselves. They wanted him out.
Republicans did?
Yes, absolutely.
You think Joe Biden was still fit to be president?
I think he's too old to be president, but I think Trump is also too old and evil to be president. So, and his vice president, forget it, I have no use for him.
No.
Not at all.
What don't you like about him?
Yeah. He's almost worse than Trump, but a younger worse than Trump. I mean, really, the cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Really. And all he has said about what he would like to do, I mean, they're talking about taking our public schools away. Why? So they can have selective people go to selective schools?
Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Did you read Project 2025?
No, and Trump said, I think Trump said he knows nothing about that.
Yeah, and his name is mentioned there over 300 times.
300 times?
I have the smaller version, but a friend of mine read the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Now, do you have anything good to say about Trump? Like no wars? When besides the Afghanistan war, you know, we were not in no Ukraine war or
Why?
anything.
Because normally it's Republicans who start them. Think about it.
Is that what it is?
I mean, we don't have any wars right now. Other countries do.
Well, we're funding Ukraine.
Well, yeah, and why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We have to protect them. If Russia gets into Ukraine, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the next country?
Do you think we should take care of our own people first and our own vets first before?
We are. We're sending them equipment that's already been used and making new ones here in the United States.
Okay.
I mean, that is helping our people.
How about the pullout in Afghanistan when we gave all of our weapons there and people died?
The pullout?
Yeah, when we pulled out of Afghanistan and 13 people died.
And who planned that? Go back. Who set the date? Trump.
Okay, so that's Trump's fault that Joe Biden pulled out.
Trump released the Talibans. He released them from prison. Whose fault is that?
Yep.
I have no use for Trump, and nobody can convince me.
No one convinced you anyway.
Just like you can't tell the Trump people anything.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
So where do you think this world, if Harris gets in, where do you think the world's going to be if
I
she
think
gets
we
in?
have a lot of work to do. But you know what? Trump created a huge division. He created a lot of animosity. January 6th, were you in favor of that?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was actually there.
And how do you feel about that?
And he said, well, first of all, he asked Nancy Pelosi 6 times, we want National Guard
blame
there.
it on Nancy.
No, it's not blaming
Pelosi.
anything.
No,
but
he's the one that can order it.
He asked 6 times for National Guards, and they said no. And
Before.
Before, yeah.
Why would you think you would need them?
Well, when you have that many people, I mean, it's...
But still, you're supposed to have... It's not supposed to happen, something like that.
Well,
I mean, you're supposed to respect the voters and say, okay, Biden won. Trump did.
Yeah.
Trump has not said yet that he lost.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe it.
You think it was any fraud with, like, big media holding votes and holding back on the laptop and all that stuff? Like, they did...
I don't think it's... Prove it.
Yeah.
Have they proven anything?
I think, well, they try, I think, but I guess everything just
You know
gets...
what? If Republicans want to do it, they do it. Whatever Republicans want, they get. Look at, I mean, who, as a felon, could run for president?
Well, he's not a felon yet. He's just convicted, correct?
He's a felon.
Is he a felon?
Yeah, he's a felon.
I didn't know that. I thought you got to be convicted of a crime
Well,
first
he
before
was. The
you're a felon. Raping?
Well, he did. Stormy Daniels.
You raped Stormy Daniels?
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. And who's Stormy Daniels?
The porn star.
So porn stars get raped? I'm sorry. That was funny. That was funny.
They can.
They can. So
Well,
Trump raped Stormy.
paid her off
Yeah.
to keep quiet. I mean, he's cheated on all his wives and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Every single one of them. So, and he calls himself a Christian. When was the last time he walked into church?
Yeah. Now, I spoke to a lady the other day, and she stopped going to church because she doesn't understand how any Christian can vote for Kamala because they kill babies.
So taking a woman's right away is okay with people? I mean, if who's supporting the baby from inside and out?
I like your hat.
Thank you.
Who supports the baby? Who takes care of the baby from inside out?
The mother.
Okay, so she doesn't have the right to say, I want to terminate this pregnancy, or when the health care of the mother is at risk. How many of them have been put in
Should it be like a time frame? If it's less than 2 months while the baby's conceived, then do it. But anything after that, when it has a heartbeat.
Unless it's unless the mother's in distress or something's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, my niece just lost her baby, full-term baby.
Full term.
Dead at 3.
Yeah. Dead at birth.
Yeah.
Well, the baby ended up dying inside her before they could do anything.
Now, how about a customer, a guy up the road just called, Tom? Is that his name, Tom? Tom Walls?
Yeah.
Is that his name, Tom? A tampon Tom. He said he put tampons in boys' bathrooms.
Yeah,
Is that true?
Hey, I've gone into boys' bathrooms already when the women's lines were too long. Would I want a tampon in them? Yeah, I would.
So you think Tim puts tampons in boys' bathrooms so when it's a big line outside of the woman's
I don't know
bathroom?
why he does, but you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe it's good that the boys do know that women wear tampons. I don't know. Maybe women go into the boys' room.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not a big issue for that. I mean, who cares? No, good.
All right. Well, thanks for your insight. All right. What do we have here?
Got a lot of signs.
Kamala Harris is currently in power. Why doesn't she fix anything now? That's interesting. And oh, look at that one. No, you gotta eat that one loud and proud. Just say no to the commie hoe. All right. These people are gonna be funny to talk to, guaranteed. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Good. I have a podcast, and I'm out here in Northampton today.
Okay.
And I'm asking people about the upcoming election.
Yep.
Hey, well, you want to do an interview? You want to talk?
Sure. Why not? Bill, want to do an interview with Bobby?
You do it.
You do it? Oh, you look good. You look good. So we're cruising by here and we see that sign, and that's very comical. So how do you feel about this upcoming election?
Hopeful.
Hopeful?
Hopeful. Hopeful that Trump takes it back and gets us back into a better position.
So you're pro-Trump?
I'm obviously pro-Trump.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And is there anything that Kamala can do to change your point of view?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. She hasn't done anything in the last 4 years, or while she was in Congress, in the Senate. So, what makes anybody think that she could do something now?
Yeah. And what was better when Trump was in office?
No world wars. Essentially, we're heading into a world war. With Trump, we didn't have the craziness going on in the Middle East. Not that it wasn't boiling underneath, but it wasn't prevalent on top, and people weren't dying the way they were. We had a more secure border.
Is that a big?
It's huge.
Huge. The border's scary.
It's huge.
Yeah. Now I just spoke to a lady up the road, and she said that border just inflated. It's not as bad as people say it is.
I'm very good friends with someone who works for the government in a very high position. It's not inflated.
Is it actually worse than they say it is?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
So when I see on the internet anywhere from 15 to like 22 million, that's more accurate? Probably?
I would believe it.
Yeah.
I would believe it, especially with the way that they start flying the people in now. I mean, that's documented. They drop people off in Allentown.
Yeah.
Look at the stuff, I forget where it was in New York, where they were busing them into the northern suburb of New York City in the middle of the night, and nobody knew why or where. That was all over the news. So, yeah, I think the world was more secure.
More secure. So safety and fiscally, that's your two most important reasons?
Yeah, and fiscally. I mean, not that Trump didn't spend money, but people forget a lot of that money came during the COVID scare, where everything was shut down. It wasn't that he just said, I'm going to go out and spend this money, or I'm going to, fund this project for the heck of it. So, yeah, I'm definitely pro-Trump.
pro-Trump no matter who. Now, how do you feel about the people that's, Trump was in office for 4 years and they blame him for everything? Like he's the one that caused the problems in 1980 and...
He caused World War I and World War II in their eyes.
Yeah.
Way before he was born.
No matter what that man would do, they just think he's evil.
Exactly.
And that's that.
And that is that.
Yeah. Now, do you know anybody that voted blue in 2020? Now they're voting red now?
One or two.
Okay.
I know. Hey, I have friends that are red who are voting blue.
Do you really?
I know people that are blue that are voting red. Yeah.
How about any split households?
I do know a few of those, actually.
Yeah.
You just stay away when they're having their private conversations. Bite your tongue.
Yeah.
I have a divided family.
You have one divided family yourself?
Divided family. Let's just not talk politics.
Yeah. Like you said, country first. Thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And keep on smiling.
Absolutely.
And let the best man or women win, right?
And let them do best for our country.
That is a funny sign. I don't care if you're left or right. That's good. That's good. That makes people laugh.
That's Bill. He found that.
Oh, Bill found that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very good.
That's off, right?
Oh, what up? Yeah, cut it off. Yeah. That was a good interview, and that man is married to a man. He's gay, openly gay, nice as can be. So in that community, he's really a black sheep. And he has a lot of good stuff to say, and he is who he is, and he's proud to be who he is, and that is the most wonderful thing you could be, is be proud of who you are. So that was an excellent interview, and he's a nice fella. And again, I don't want to point any fingers, they just seem a little happier. That's the left is spreading joy. I think she came out with the joy thing, and it doesn't seem that way. And we're going to see what this guy has to say here, and this is going to be the last interview we're going to do. It's getting late. I don't want to piss people off. It's a Sunday, and like I said, it's been better than I anticipated. And I actually know this guy, and this guy's crazy. So hopefully we end on a good note. Do I look fat?
No.
Thanks. All right. Come on. I don't think it's a great time to be doing this right now. Oh, Jesus mighty. That thing will knock you in the house. That screen door had some oomph to it. If you're a little old lady, it'd freaking be like getting a football kick. I hear somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill. Hey, not too much. I'm actually in the neighborhood and I'm asking.
No videos.
No videos?
I told you.
I know, I'm just asking. Nothing. You don't have nothing to say?
Nothing to say. We're going to see what happens next week.
Yeah, I was just asking people what they thought about the upcoming election.
Well, you know what I think about it.
Well, you can tell me.
I don't want to be videoed.
Okay, take the video off. But so you don't want to talk at all?
Not in this context, no.
No. Yeah. Okay. 9 more days to the election. On that note, that guy was absolutely crazy, insane lefty, and yelling around, telling me I'm on steroids, and...
Okay, well, they didn't see any of that stuff.
What?
He denied the interview.
He did.
We respect his right to deny the interview.
Yes. And he yelled and talked about wars.
You had a conversation after the cameras went off, right?
Yes. He gave me a slight headache. He talked over me, would not let me get not one single word in. And he says I'm on steroids, so that's funny. And but yeah, it was great coming out here today with on a Sunday with 9 days left to the election. Let the best man and woman win. Best for America. A lot of people had a lot of good insight to say. A lot of right-leaning people want to talk. A lot of right-leaning people are more happy. That guy there was absolutely fucking crazy, excuse my language. Truly crazy. It's a reason why he doesn't have a wife and he doesn't have any kids. He stunk like alcohol. And yeah, that's actually mind-boggling, to tell you the truth. To be that angry, it doesn't matter. You just don't want to be that angry. I don't know how you can live to 70 and be that angry. I think if I would be that angry, I would die of a heart attack at 42 years old. And yeah, that's it. That's the insight of the day. We're gonna be going down to Allentown on Tuesday. Trump's having a rally. We're gonna be interviewing. Hopefully, they have protesters there on the opposite side. We're gonna be interviewing Trump people, Walz people, and Walz is coming to the Valley on Friday. So we're gonna be going to find him, talking to those people, and then we're gonna be wrapping up with the election. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.